welcome. I am getting ready to do some game development today. Let's take a look here. Okay. Starting in progress live. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. Now let's see here. Looks like we're good across the board, which is good. Okay. Now let's take a look. We're going to be starting with a few different things here. While I'm working on that, let's go for some rock for now. Okay. So how am I gonna do this? So I guess we should start mapping out what we want. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay, that's not exactly what I want. So what about this one? Okay, what do we got? Let's see. We have a playable area. We have an outside. We have just a whole mansion. Do I want to use this though? I wouldn't have to worry about anything. Let's see. Just trying to think of what would be the best option here. So what do we got? We have windows, we have walls. On the inside, we have base walls with different textures. We have a monster there. Okay. Creepy looking basement. That's funny. That's everything I need. But There's another layer. There's always another layer. Okay. So this is just the base from the pack that I have. Don't necessarily know if that's something that I want to use. But with this, I can at least avoid a lot of other things. But just trying to get an idea of how they did the layout and everything to see if it's something that I want to do. I can probably just use this, but I don't know how well nav mesh is going to go over this. So okay. So let's just start with a base. So environments. Holdings. What do I need right now? We have doors, we have stairs, wall quarter, bookshelf, brick, fence. Double door. We have windows. I am looking for, though, we have vents. Okay. Small wall. Half wall. Where's the full wall? What is this? There's our wall. Okay. Then we need a floor. Ceiling. Floor. Combine two. Floor combined one. Let's just look for floor. What options do we have? Base floor. Okay, base floor combined. So let's see here. So I guess we can just start at 0, 0, 0. Shucks. Okay, let's take all that out. Let's reset the transforms on this. Now let's add everything back. Now this should be at true 0. Okay, I still have that set up properly. Perfect. So now let's get planning. Let's set this to 5. Okay, we also need our priest, because I want it for scale. The priest is going to be found here. Where's our priest? Set him at true 0 as well. Let's add a new empty. We'll reset the properties on it. We'll rename this to player. Let's do systems. Right, empty. Reset. Rename this to environment. Create another one. Reset that. Type lighting. Empty. Player. Under the player, we'll add, not the grass, what am I doing? The priest. Okay. Let's see. We can also create a new empty. Call this outside. Create an empty inside. And then we'll drop the house. And I guess the house is going to have the inside. So all the floor will be inside the house. All the walls will be the house. Does that make sense? Logically, does this make sense? I guess I would assume so. Okay, now you set this to 0. Textures, building. Okay, what do we want? Maybe we need the materials. Okay. Weatherboard? Yeah. And we want that to be wood. Carpet, carpet, carpet. We have bricks. We have kitchen tile. We have glass. Dungeon texture. We have just wood. Props. I'm looking for a prop. Bunch of door frames. We have a building door. Oh yeah, that looks fancy enough to be a front door. That's pretty big compared to that door frame. Let's take a look at frames. Maybe too large. Okay. It's gonna be under buildings here. Okay, it is. But we want double large. Yeah. 0, 0, 0. Minus 2.5. What's this? We could put this. Then the door goes under that. So we have it at 0, 0. We can just slide it into place. Copy. But the issue, the door is too big. So what? 0.1. I think I just made the doors too into the frame. let's look at the other doors here. I think that should be good. Let's come back to the materials here. Now, if I put this on, it is too different. Perfect. Okay. So then let's find our regular base wall. We don't need any vents. Duplicate that. Zero it out. We'll start building a house. Okay. So we want it to be symmetrical. Not really a good spot, but you know, this will do for now. Where's the fancy wood? Where are ya? Ooh, brick. No, we don't want brick. Texture it this way for now. Another one over there. Another one over here. The same one? It is. I guess I should focus on the inside of the house rather than the outside of the house. Okay, so how do I see this going? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at some mansions. Old wooden mansions inside. Okay, so I have something like this here. There's the doorway. I have some windows on both sides. That might be a good idea. Goes up and there's a landing. So if we had windows on both sides, there might be some better ones. But let's take a look for some stairs. Let's see. We have this ornate staircase here. We can kind of go for like a double. potentially. What I mean by that is we can have one maybe on both sides. So we have 8, sorry, -8. So what, that's 2 squares? So 1, 2. Yeah, that's about right. And then what? There would obviously be a landing. So if we had that at what if we had that at 2.5? Nope. Go back. We must go back. Two five. And then we put that at 3. Put that at 4. Put that at 9.5 for now. I'll turn it on its side. This doesn't need to be as big. So if we did this with this, that's 1.3. No, let's back up. That's what? 0.75. Let's make this 0.75. Kind of line those up. Okay. Duplicate. Let's see. Duplicate those. Twist them. Move them. Okay. So no, I definitely like this. I like where this is going. Then let's see. Then I think we have some balconies, which we do. So what? 180. 4.5. 5. Now, what if we duplicate this? Move it over smidge. Just plop that down. Maybe we can solve that. Should have some. Okay. I'm looking for like this. That's a. Well, that is a full one. Make it a little wider. Maybe even two. Just two. Six. Wrong one. Whoa. Okay. Bring it down to size. Okay, where do we want this? Right there? We duplicate that. Bring it over there. Maybe. So I'm looking for that line right there. That's the line I'm looking for. Okay. It's probably a bit too much. We have savings. Should have done that. So what do I need to do with this? Looks like I'm gonna have to stop streaming here. Everyone have a great night.